And one. Ladies and gentlemen, people of all ages, welcome once again to Fulton Street Beats. If you're new here, sit back, enjoy yourself, and please take the time to hit that like button, share, subscribe, be up to date on all the new things that will be coming to Fulton Street Beats soon. You can just call me Mr. Mike, and it's good to see you guys again. For those who have stuck with me through the entire channel change, and to all of those who are new to the channel, I want to thank you very, very much from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot to me. Listen, I want to make you, the viewers, part of Fulton Street Beats. And I just don't want to pump out content that means nothing without taking what you want into consideration. So, as you know by now, I am a drummer and I like doing drum things, but I want to touch base on, well, everything musical, technical, even things that I don't know and we can learn together. I want to be your guinea pig. And I hope that makes sense to you guys out there because, well, money doesn't go very far anymore. And like I said before, we want the best we can get for the least price that we can pay. So what do I have in the works for Fulton Street Beats right now? Well, as you know, if you haven't caught the Firefly build that I did, beautiful guitar. I was playing it all morning this morning, having so much fun. Wasn't losing tune at all. And I was playing it pretty hard. But I did break a string. Yes, I did. I think the gauge that I used on that, especially with the vibrato, and the way I play, I'm not an easy strummer. So I ended up breaking a string. So I just ordered some new strings. So we'll get that strung back up. But it is staying in tune, which is really, really good. That's a sign that things are correct. The intonation took a minute with that bridge, but I think I got it pretty close. What am I going to do next? Well, that's going to be up to you guys, I think. A lot of guys, you like speakers. You want a speaker review? We're gonna do what people want the most of. The Amazon Basics powered active speakers that I have here received a pretty good welcome. They were very popular, and people who are getting them like them. But there's a few others that are on Amazon, and maybe you want to see those. I don't know. We reviewed a few mics, a few sound cards, and there was some interest in that. Although it's really strange because getting into the audio aspect and the musical aspect, which I used to have an old channel called Baker Percussion, and I had a lot of subs, and everybody, it was just about drums, and that was it. And now we're doing a little bit of everything. And then I had an air gun channel for a while, and you might still see some of that here. So don't unsubscribe because sometimes I get things and I want to share different things. However, it's very weird because people like things, and when I say they like them, they'll comment and say, "Oh, we like this." Just take a second out of your day to hit that like button. Let me know you like it because that gives me the which way to go to present you guys with, well, new things. Am I satisfying your cravings? Do you need more guitars? Do you need more speakers? Do you need more microphones? Do you need MIDI controls? Do you need more drums? What do you need? Because I don't know. I just have been presenting what I get and what I have based on what I want. But what about what you guys want? So let me tell you what the direction I'm going in right now. I'm looking at another guitar because I think they're beautiful. I like them sitting around, and they're nice to look at. To me, they're a work of art. They're like a nice drum kit. I'm sorry I don't have any of my acoustic kits in this little studio. It's just not big enough where I'm set up to do this. So that's why the electric kit is in here. And we may do some things with the electric kit. There's one. Do you want me to do a conversion and make this acoustic size toms and kick drums and what have you on this. There's an option. I can do that. Simple option. Not much to it. Can order up some Keller shells, or I could build my own, whatever you want. Or would you like to see another guitar? In particular, the one that am looking at is they say IVY. That's what people say. You got to say IVY. Well, it's IVY. I'm going to say Ivy because that's what it says there. Look at it. It says Ivy. It's not in capitals when I look at it here. It says IVY. So it's Ivy guitar. It's a Les Paul copy. Solid body, electric guitar. It's an emerald green. It's on Amazon. It's $195.77. Do we get that guitar? Check it out. Do some upgrades. Make it our own again. Or do I order a Les Paul do-it-yourself build kit and build one for you guys from the ground up, basically? Some of these kits aren't even drilled out. You have to do everything. And that seems right up my alley. Being a custom drum builder, it seems like that would be more fun. Could experiment with some finishes. And I see a lot of guys on YouTube doing these builds. And while they're great at the builds, the finishing aspect of it, well, most of them, not all of them, some of them are great. But most of them, the end result and their finish is not good. I think they think it's good, but it's not good. And a lot of people use True Oil on it. And True Oil is some magnificent things. I've used True Oil for a long time. Well, on gun stocks and such. Some of my older videos, you'll see I got a video out where I actually redid an entire gun, and it's like glass, and it just takes time and patience. Because True Oil is one of those things that you build up and you build up and you build up, and then you wet sand, buff, and make it beautiful. You just don't put a layer on it or two and call it a day and say, oh, good enough. You don't do that. So it takes time and it takes patience. But what do you think? So I can get a build kit. Now I'm looking because I don't want a bolt-on neck if I do a build kit, unless you guys want a bolt-on neck. It'd be easier. But I want a set end neck. I want to do everything properly. And, I kind of want to do my own fret job and everything. I don't want everything perfect because I want a kit. See, a lot of people get these kits and they're a do-it-yourself kit and then they complain, well, the frets aren't right. Well, you're building the kit yourself. Maybe you should be doing the frets. It's a learning experience, and that's what I want it for. Or do we go the route of the other Les Paul or something else, guys? What I'd really like to do is a flying V. But I'll be honest with you, the Flying V kits just seem like they're too much money. They're the same components. It's just in the shape of a V, and they upcharge the hell out of it. So I don't think that that's a viable option unless you guys really want to see a Flying V build, because I'd love to build one. But do I want to spend the money for one? I'll do it if you guys want. Definitely. Or what are your opinions? What do you think? There's SGs, and I'll give you a story on an SG. I had an Angus Young Edition SG a few years back. Man, I love that thing, and it sit on the wall, and it was in this beautiful glass enclosed case. And the Angus up on the truss rod cover, with a little A hat and the little devil horns coming out of it. And just a beautiful guitar, and inside the case was lit. I wish I had pictures to show you. Inside the case was lit. And it shined down on this amazing looking Gibson SG. Somebody came along, offered me a price I couldn't refuse, and it went bye-bye. And I'm really not happy about that move because, man, it was just a work of art. And when you plugged that thing in and you heard it, it's that classic AC/DC sound, period. It was amazing. Anyhow, that's gone now. And then when I look at these Les Pauls and I see all these Chibsons and things like that. And listen, I'm not going to lie. I don't mind a Chibson. I'll put some work into it. I mean, they're still pretty, right? And they're a lot less money than the real deal. I mean, if you're a guitar guy and you just want some cool stuff kicking around, I don't see no problem with them. I don't believe in passing them off as real. And honestly, I don't think that can even be done if you know what you're doing, right? If you're into guitars and you see a fake, you can pretty much spot a fake right away. I mean, I can, and I have untrained eye. So imagine these guys that are really into it and they have the trained eyes can really spot them. But anyhow, I'm looking at these guitar kits. They have, I mean, semi hollows, SG styles, Les Paul styles, all kinds of things. Something up, maybe even Steve Vai style. There's all kinds of stuff here. Or I do need a new guitar amp. Should I pick up an Orange Crush guitar amp and review it? I don't know. I'm hoping you guys can kind of send me in a direction. I feel like I've microphoned you to death. I think I've figured out which mics on a budget, and even if you're not on a budget, it's fit the bill. I think I've showed you what sound cards work, and I even had Musin contact me the other day, and they wanted some feedback on their sound card and I told them, I said, your sound card's great, and I'd use it, except for the fact I can't read it because you put white lettering on a light gray background. I can't see it. I can't see it with my glasses on. I can't see it in bright light. I have to use my phone macro lens just to go in and read it. It's horrible. They'd change that. I'd be using it right now, at least once in a while. I'd be using it with this beautiful music mic up here. That's amazing. But I'm sticking with the NW800 because it's my favorite microphone. I like the tone. So, and I don't have the best voice for YouTube, so this makes it the best, I believe. Anyhow, there's a few different kits. There's a Bad Cat Les Paul kit that's mahogany, solid mahogany. Looks pretty decent, and it'd have to be totally finished and wired and everything. Nothing's pre-wired, nothing. It's an expensive kit. It's $220. Or you can get cheap kits as cheap as $79 and $80. And I'm looking at it like this. Since I'm refinishing this guitar, anyhow, if we do one, do I just get a cheap kit like that, do my best to make it look good, because I can do that, and then put some decent components in it? We'll work with what we got first, and then base that on some upgrades and some upgrade builds. Or do you want to see me do something with a custom drum kit? Or do you want to see me do something with... What would you guys like to see? I'm open to ideas. A lot of people have asked about this MIDI controller. I'm not a MIDI guy. I mean, I don't know. It works, but it's not up my alley. I would be the wrong guy to review it. It was nice because they sent it to me for nothing, but I got a keyboard over here. I use it. I can play it. But as far as that goes, no, this is my home studio setup right here. And as I get better, I'll do better. And I hope you guys are with me for that journey. As I learn, you'll learn. And that's just how it is. I am not an expert in anything other than building custom drums. I can build them blindfolded. That's it. As far as all this goes, the studio and sound, I'm learning as I go and as my budget can afford, and I hope that makes sense to you guys. As far as guitars go, I'm a strummer. I strum the guitar. I can play some chords and put them together and arrange them decently. I am not a guitar player. I wouldn't consider myself a guitar player by any means. I am the wrong guy to demonstrate for you a guitar. I know what feels good to me and what sounds good to me, but demonstrating it for you, I am not. However, I can surely build one. And if it doesn't sound good, I can surely upgrade the components to make it sound good. I mean, set up the action. I can intonate it. I can do all of that stuff. I'm just not a very good guitar player, which is why I say I am not a guitar player. And I hope that makes sense, but I got to admit that right off the bat. So doing guitar stuff is fun. I like it. And I keep learning. I mean, I learn when I get the time, like I did this morning. I get the time, and I play, and I learn a little bit more, and I play. It just wasn't my main objective or goal. So the Ivy guitar that was on here, let me get back to that so you guys can. It's $195.77 on Amazon. It's all over the place with reviews. Some people love it, some people hate it. And then there's the Glen Burton gold top. And man, oh man, I don't know. Do I get the Glen Burton gold top? I like that classic look. I really do. Can I find it now? There's a black one. There's one left. I don't want black. I want the gold top. If I get one, yes. They got a gold top. Oh, well, they had a gold top. Now it is, wait a minute, it is unavailable, but I think it was available in a complete package, if I remembered correctly. So let's look here. And you guys tell me, you guys own one. What do you think? Is it worth getting and upgrading? There we go. There. Okay. So a complete package. And listen, this package comes with a soft case, a strap, some guitar picks. I think it has some extra strings. A guitar tuner and a small amplifier. And this nice looking gold top, Les Paul style guitar with gold witch hats. For $203.63. It says that the body is swamp ash. The color is gold, sparkly gold. Fretboard's rosewood. Tunematic ridge, and it is the neck is mahogany. So I mean, it looks good in the pictures. People say it's okay, I guess. It's got a 4-star rating out of 236. Some people love it. Some people hate it. I don't know what the amp is. Let's look at this amp and see exactly what this amplifier that comes with it. And I'm all about getting things. So it's a little 10 watt amp. So, but I'm more interested in the guitar. Is it worth it? I mean, I'd just like to buy the guitar. I don't need the other stuff. Maybe that's just the best. I don't know. It's still $203. You get all that stuff. Is it worth it? And then do the upgrades, or do I build one? Or do I do something totally different? And I guess that's the point of this episode tonight of Fulton Street Beats, is to ask you guys, because your opinion matters to me. What do you want to see? So let's take a poll. Just put in the bottom in the comment section. What do you want to see next on reviewed on Fulton Street Beats? Maybe you got something that I'm not even thinking about. I mean, I could do things. Some people want drumsticks reviewed, but that's going to be subjective. You know what I mean? That's going to be subjective. I can tell you the quality of things, but as far as drumsticks and things like that, I mean, that's subjective. What feels good in my hands may not feel good in yours. Sound is subjective if you get right down to it. Sound is subjective. Some people, sometimes I'll listen to these $5,000-$6,000 guitar comparisons with a $200 guitar, and I'll go, that $200 guitar sounded better to my ears in certain ranges than that $5,000-$6,000 guitar. Same thing with drums. I've heard cheap drum sets. This is coming from a drum builder, and I've done it. I've recut bearing edges on inexpensive, downright cheap, beat-up drum kits that when I got done, blew high-end kits out of the water when it came to sound. Because that's the most important part of a drum kit, is the bearing edges. A lot of people don't know that. It's the most important part, but I'm digressing. So, what do you think? Glen Burton, Ivy, a brand I haven't heard of. I don't know, but I got to keep it within a budget, guys. So let's keep it within that $200 realm, okay? What do you want to see? And I'll take it all into consideration, and but I want to make it up to you guys, the viewers, what you want to see. And for all you air gun guys that are still on this channel, stay there because you will be getting some of that also. I got some things brewing in the background for fun, and I want to make you guys a part of that also. So, that being said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to this lonely edition of Fulton Street Beats. Remember to be kind to each other, and please, please, if you can, hit that like button. Only takes a second. Really helps the algorithms out, and it really helps me know what content you guys want to see. And remember, hit that share button and subscribe. And I hope to be seeing you guys again soon. You all rock. Peace out. Bye. Yeah.